Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to day 2 of May I Scrap With You, the month-long series created by my friend Crystal from Pineapple Papers. And of course, Crystal's channel will be linked down below. The playlist where we all add our videos will be linked down below. And today we are scrap lifting the lovely Jody Compton from Floppy Eared Farm. That is such a cute name. So I will have Jody's YouTube and Instagram linked down below. And you can see the layout that I chose to scrap lift today up here in the corner. And one of the things, I had this layout chosen, and then I was looking at my collection obsession for the month, which of course is the Cocoa Vanilla Storyteller, and I had this piece of paper on my desk that was exactly this size and already cut to go. So it was sort of serendipitous that I would use this to create my layout. So I'm using the Storyteller, of course, this lovely piece of paper, and I did keep a good chunk of it here that I can use on another layout. And I do actually have another piece of that lovely paper as well. So I have this floral, and then of course this gorgeous heart paper, and then I did use just a strip of this here to put along the join as Jody has in her layout. Now this photo, I went down a rabbit hole at the end of last week. I took a box of photos out that I had brought from Mom's apartment when I cleaned out her apartment and she moved into the new residence now, which is that now almost 3 years ago now. And slowly I've been trying to work through some of those photos. They were really a jumble, and I'm finding some Mom did write on the back what they're all about. Some of them have dates on them, some of them don't. So I'm very slowly trying to get through some of those photos and scrap some that will go in an album for me. And I've created an album for Mom that I'm going to give her on Mother's Day. I had completed it around Christmas time, but I was sort of waiting because Mom's eyesight, as you know, is really not very good. But we got into a program for this sort of legally blind. She can see, but really not very well. But she was able to get new glasses, new tools, all sorts of things, so that really it is a lot better. And I think she will now be able to appreciate the album. I felt a little bit bad having completed if she couldn't see properly, and she was using magnifying glasses, but not getting along with them too much. Anyway, another rabbit trail. Anyway, so I found this photo of my parents' wedding. This is September 1953. I took a photo of the original, edited it and cropped it a lot and brightened it up a little bit so that I could scrap of it. Now, I have a question for you, because now, of course, this is scrapbooked, and I will probably do it again so that I have one in my album and Mom has one in hers. But now, my question is, what do I do with the original? What do you do with originals? I didn't want to scrap lift the original because it was really not a very good quality. I mean, there was so much. I mean, my parents were just this little tiny thing in the middle of the photo, and it was a lot darker. So I wanted them to be front and center, and we have the ability to do that today. But I still have the original. I'm not quite sure what to do with that original. I don't have children to pass it along to. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the original photos if I don't scrapbook them. Anyway, again, another tangent. So let's get back to this gorgeous layout of Jody's. So I think you can definitely see the layout here. I stayed fairly true to Jody and the way she placed everything, embellished it. I did not do, she's got some gorgeous mixed media, and I actually do have that Biggie Bootin stencil down here at the bottom, but I really did want to use this paper, so I felt that, you know, any kind of mixed media on top of this would just detract from both the mixed media, the stenciling, even if I used white texture paste, and the paper. So I decided to just go with the lovely paper, my florals here on top. I matted the photo, and then I used a journaling card just to put here, and I'll see whether I do any journaling. I will probably at least get the date. This is September of 1953, and I need to look or ask Mom exactly. I'm sort of lost. Was it the 21st or the 23rd? It's one of those two dates, September 1953. Maybe put the cathedral where they got married, that kind of thing, and just maybe jot that down here. I have not done that yet. So I got that down, of course. Then I did a little bit of embellishing down here in this corner of the photo and the top. You know how I like my diagonal embellishing in any case, so this fit absolutely perfectly. A die cut from Storyteller, a couple of stickers from the Storyteller as well, which is just a heart, so maybe love story, I suppose. This Time Is Ours, a wood button from Shadney, two hearts here from the Storyteller chipboard, a little Nicole Jones 911 butterfly, and then I just popped, this was sort of on my desk, so I just popped it there, another sort of little star. So my embellishing here is maybe a little bit more deconstructed, not quite as layered as Jody's, but I do still like the way that looks. Just popped a little sticker here to give the illusion of this sort of clipboard that Jody popped the clipboard kind of die cut on her page. Then if I come up to this corner, I do my fishtail banner exactly the way Jody did, but I went with one of the stickers in this corner, and then this was in one of the scrapbooks on my desk. I have had this forever and ever, and I couldn't tell you who it was from. I don't even remember, but it just sort of fit perfectly there. I had originally thought I might put a flare, but I didn't like the way that looked. I really did want this item here to touch both the fishtail banner piece and the sticker, so this heart fit much, much, much better. A couple of the florals. Now, as you saw when I did my collection obsession, I have the tray with some of the die cuts. So quite frankly, I'm not 100% sure whether this was from Storyteller or Sunkissed, but I do like the two florals here. Just pop some leaves underneath. The You Light Up My Life, which is an epoxy flare that I had in my stash, with the Hello Love popped up here, again mimicking Jody's embellishing up here in the corner, and I really love how that sort of falls. I really do like that. Now, my original idea, this is a gorgeous Brambleflox piece, Happy, from Brambleflox, and my original idea was I was going to pop it here, use it as a title somewhere in this area, but it wasn't sort of fitting or falling the way I wanted it to. There was either too much space, not enough space, or it was overlapping part of the photo and part of the paper, which I didn't really like the look of that. So I just sort of popped it there while I was finishing and working on everything else. And then when I looked at it, I said, you know, I kind of like that. It brings the diagonal embellishing all the way down to the bottom. It is an addition. It's something that Jody did not have in her layout, but I do like it. It brings in a little bit more. It brings some of the pink right down to the bottom. So I have that in 3 spots, and I just sort of like the way it fell. So that was sort of like one of these things, didn't do it on purpose at all, just sort of tossed this out of my way, and then had a look at it and said, you know what, I really like the way that looks. So there you go, my friends. So we had a share for you today. I should be back. I may not be here tomorrow, but I will be back on the 4th for sure with another scrap lift for you, and hopefully that will be a process. Are you playing along with May I Scrap Lift You? If you are, over on Facebook or Instagram. Tag us, tag Crystal, tag me, so that we can see your lovely creations. If you are creating videos, make sure you add them to our playlist so that we can find you. And I will be back very, very soon. Thanks for being here, my friends. Bye for now.